This is Bobby Newsom. I have solved the whole world's energy crisis, and I need your money donations so you can help me solve the whole world's energy crisis with your money donations. Now, I am asking somewhere between $2 million to $5 million to get this off the ground, because it's going to cost billions of dollars, but I need y'all to be like, hey, this guy actually solved the whole world's energy crisis, and I want to donate money to the guy that invented the Flux Capacitor time machine motor from the Back of the Future show with Marty McFly. Now, this is the Flux Capacitor time machine, 100% electric motor. I'm going to explain how this one works. I'm going to explain how the Wham Bam 1% electric motor works. And I want to explain how the Flux Capacitor hometown and city power plant works. So the power plant, so you get your electricity for your house and make the power plant companies pay you every month for your extra electricity that your power plant is creating. Now, to let you kind of understand how this thing works, this is an alternator. This is 12 volts DC electricity, but it's also 120 volt AC electricity. So we want to run AC electricity through the thing. Now, all these alternators, all these blue things here are alternators. All these are alternators, all these are alternators. So this lets you know, now this alternator is 2,800 watts. This alternator if it's 200 amps, it is 2,800 watts. Now, I'm going to explain this part to you. This is an inverter box. This is your jumper cables. This is a battery. This is an inverter box. All these yellow boxes are inverter boxes. This inverter box right here changes DC electricity to AC electricity, so we can use your house plug-in and your wall. So now we can plug this in, change DC electricity to AC electricity, so we can run this electric motor. This is the electric motor. So we're going to take electricity from this battery to this inverter box to run this electric motor. Same thing we got right here. Now, this battery sends electricity to this inverter box to turn on this red electric motor. This red electric motor turns on that alternator. That alternator creates electricity. It sends electricity to this voltage regulator battery charger to keep the battery charged up. So as long as we can keep this battery charged up, this car will drive 300,000 miles on no gas at all. Now, this alternator also sends electricity to this inverter box to turn on this electric motor. Now, this electric motor is kind of like this 4-buffer motor. This is an 800 watt 4-buffer motor, 120 volts AC. This 4-buffer you see in Walmart. You see this in Walmart, and they're buffing the floors. Well, you can put a 200-pound guy on top of this. So this electric motor right here is a very, very, very strong electric motor, and it turns around 3,600 RPMs, and it's fast enough to turn your alternator to create lots of electricity. So this electric motor will turn, let's say, 50 alternators. So if it only takes one alternator to create enough electricity to run this electric motor, then we add an extra 50 alternators, we're creating extra electricity. So this electric motor is turning this alternator. This alternator is creating enough electricity to replace this electricity from here, which we're getting out from here. Now, all these other alternators and generators are creating electricity going to this inverter box, to this house breaker fuse box, to go to this electric gas pedal, to turn on this electric motor, to turn your transmission, to turn your tires on your vehicle. So now your vehicle will drive 300,000 miles down the road. Battery to an inverter box to electric motor. Alternator comes back, charges battery. Alternator sends electricity to this electric motor, turns off these alternators, sends electricity to this inverter box, goes to this house breaker fuse box, goes to this electric gas pedal, turns on this electric motor. Now the vehicle runs 300,000 miles on no gas at all. Tell me I didn't solve the whole world's energy crisis, because I know for a fact I did. Now this alternator can go to this inverter box to turn another red electric motor to turn a whole bunch more alternators and generators to create even more electricity. So we can put this inside cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, all farm tractors, all semi-trucks, airplanes, helicopters, army tanks. We can build so much electricity we can run a whole battleship off of one of these power plants. It is an endless power source, and we can create all the electricity that we need for anything. This battery goes to this heat of this inverter box, to this red electric motor. This red electric motor turns all these alternators and generators. All these alternators and generators sends all the electricity to this inverter box. Goes to this house breaker fuse box that goes to this electric gas pedal. This electric gas pedal turns on these electric motors. These electric motors turn these tires. Now your vehicle runs down the road. Electric motor turns the tire. Now your vehicle is going down the road. Now this is a battery charger. You got an alternator going to this regulator, this voltage regulator, which is a battery charger, to keep the battery charged up. So as long as we keep the battery charged up, you will drive 300,000 miles on no gas at all. Now tell me that this is a flux capacitor time machine motor, and everybody will be wanting to go back into the future. Now, let me explain this. This is the flux capacitor wham bam 100% electric vehicle motor. Now this flux capacitor wham bam 100% electric motor, this is the battery. This battery sends all this electricity to these electric motors, turns these tires, and makes the vehicle run down the road. These tires start turning on the back of the vehicle, turn these big old blue alternators and generators, create electricity, and they send electricity back to the battery to keep the battery fully charged while you're going down the road. So as long as we can keep this battery charged up, your vehicle will run 300,000 miles on absolutely no gas at all. Now tell me that ain't worth donating money to. Now look, this battery sends electricity to this key to this inverter box, changes DC electricity to AC electricity, goes to this house breaker fuse box. Now this electricity goes to the electric gas pedal. You hit the electric gas pedal, these electric motors run, they turn the tires. The tires are turning, your vehicle is running down the road. Now the tires on the back of your vehicle can start turning, they turn these big alternators and generators, they go to this voltage regulator battery charger, and they keep the battery charged up while you drive down the road 300,000 miles on no gas at all. Here's another one. This battery sends electricity to this key, to this red electric motor. This red electric motor turns a generator strong enough to turn these two electric motors. So battery to electric motor to a generator, inverter goes to the inverter box, goes to this house breaker fuse box, goes to the electric gas pedal, turns on the electric motors. These electric motors turn these tires. Now your vehicle is rolling down the road. Now while the vehicle is rolling down the road, these back tires can start turning big generators and create electricity to go to this voltage regulator battery charger and keep the battery charged up. Now you've got 300,000 miles on no gas at all, and you should never have to plug in your vehicle ever again. This is a awesome flux capacitor time machine motor and flux capacitor wham bam 100% electric motor. But wait, there's more. Yeah. Here is the flux capacitor 100% electric house, town, and city generator power plant. Now this is the flux capacitor time machine motor. Well, we got it hooked up right here. Battery inverter box to electric motor, turns alternator, goes to voltage regulator, keeps the battery charged up. Alternator also sends electricity to the inverter box, to the red electric motor, to all these alternators and generators. All these alternators and generators create electricity, goes to this inverter box, goes to this house breaker fuse box. This house breaker fuse box goes to your ice box, your electric stove, your air conditioner unit, your electric water heater, your TV, and your lights. So now when you got these appliances off inside your house, let's say you turn all the appliances off, your lights off in your house, now this is creating electricity and going to your breaker box. Well, now you can send your extra electricity over here to this net meter, and now you can sell your electricity back to the power plant companies and make the power plant companies pay you every month for your extra free electricity that your power plant creates. Wow! Check this one out. Here's a telephone pole, straight from the telephone pole outside to your telephone pole to the side of your house. This is your meter reader. Your meter reader goes to your house breaker fuse box. This house breaker fuse box goes to this strong electric motor. This strong electric motor turns all these blue alternators and generators and creates electricity. All this electricity goes to this inverter box, goes to this house breaker fuse box. Now we're running your ice box, your stove, your air conditioner unit, your electric hot water heater, your TV, and your lights. Now when all these appliances are off, we're using electricity from the telephone company to run this electric motor. Now we're creating all this electricity to go to this inverter box to this house breaker fuse box, and now we're not using electricity, so now the electricity goes to this net meter. Now we're reading how much electricity we're selling to the power plant company, and then we're selling all that electricity back to the power plant companies. Now this power plant runs on an electric motor. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it'll create you a lot of money. I mean, you're talking get free electricity and make the electricity companies pay you $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 a month. Could you go back and open up your mailbox every month and say, look, you there, General Electric Motor Power Plant Company just got through sending me a $700 check in the mailbox, plus I got free electricity for my house. People, this is worth donating to. Let's get cut off the grid. Let's make the grid pay us. We've been paying them for years. Then that's why you need to donate to me, people. Now look here, we got this big old wind turbine. A big old wind turbine is no more than a big old alternator generator turned by big old fans. So this big alternator generator, well, let's go right over here. We got an electrical pole going to this meter reader to this fuse box. We're running a big, strong electric motor, like 175 horse, 480 volts of electricity, but it's strong enough to turn another wind turbine, a wind turbine, a wind turbine. All these are wind turbines. So now we're using one electric motor to turn a whole bunch of wind turbines And now we are creating an endless power plant to create megawatts to run a town, city, or the whole United States without coal or gas. We can stop global warming, people. Here's the proof. These are my patents. Do you want to help stop global warming? You can go scream up and down the streets all you want to. We got to stop global warming. If you really want to stop global warming, donate to me. This is the proof, people. I have solved the whole world's energy crisis. I need your money. I've got to have your money. If I don't have your money, we can't stop global warming. The government ain't going to stop global warming. I can. I am dedicated to this. This is my heart and soul, and I need your help. And the only way you can help me is by sending your money donations and let me have money so I can license this out to Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, Peterbilt, Mack Semi trucks, John Deere tractors, Kubota tractors. I'm going to need money for that. I'm going to need money to hire employees to buy these alternators and these electric motors and all this stuff, so I can build this stuff and I can start mass production these things and get them out to the world. I got employee costs, I'm going to have building costs and everything else, and I need at least $2 million to give me a good foothold, so then I can move forward, because this is a $1 billion company. I do not have $1 billion. I'm going to have to end up finding investors, but I'm hoping that there's enough people in this world wanting to stop global warming that really want to make a change and really wants a Flux capacitor inside their vehicle and running their house. Could you imagine that? Hey, we can stop all wars from Iraq, Iran, stop global warming. We can stop $5 gasoline, people. I appreciate you if you donate. I also want to give you my real home phone, my real home address. If you want to donate to me in cash or check, you can send money to Bobby Newsom. I live at 177772 North 2880 Road here in Duncan, Oklahoma. At Duncan, Oklahoma 73533. You can send your cash or your checks. Now I do got a GoFundMe link, and you can go click on the GoFundMe and donate there with your credit cards if you like. You can do it either way. I'd rather you kind of go to GoFundMe and let it build up there so the world knows that I'm getting close to the $2 million goal that I'm looking for, $2 to $5 million goal. But a lot of people don't like using their credit cards, so if you want to mail money to me, I'm going to put a lockbox on my mailbox. So I got to go to the post office and pick it up so nobody steals your money, and I get your money. And I thank you for your donations, and if only we can stop global warming. Don't depend on nobody else but us. Take care. Damn, 13 minutes. Well, I got it down to 20 to 13. Let's go plug this thing in.